You join us at sunrise from the village of Sennen Cove in Cornwall for this edition of A Day in the Life, the show that takes you behind the scenes of some of Britain's brightest minority sports stars. Coming up in the next 12 minutes. Ex-professional boxer and sponsored surfer, Sam Smart, will be taking us through his daily training regime as he looks to make a comeback after an injury hit 2 years. The Cornishman will also be giving us the ins and outs of the surf school he founded over a decade ago. Sam lives in the coastal village of Sennen, just over a mile away from Land's End. It's a typical Cornish seaside location, full of ice cream and pasty shops, traditional fishermen pubs, and modern art galleries. The main industries are fishing and tourism, but the regular strong easterly winds make for reliable surf conditions, which attract hundreds of thrill seekers each year. We had arranged to meet at the viewpoint above Sennen, where Sam was going to demonstrate his routine. Little did we know, he had already begun getting the blood pumping. As he battled his way to the top of the hill, the determination on his face was clear to see. But there was little rest, as it was straight into some core strength training, both lower and upper body. After a 30-minute outdoor session, Sam didn't stick around, and it was straight down to the boxing gym to continue the daily routine, where Sam was keen to offer some professional advice and highlight the importance of hard work.
So, you might be, imagine you've got someone coming at you, and you're jabbing and moving off. So you're catching them and moving out of the way as they're coming forward. Ideally, you want to have a 9 weeks training camp, so you've got plenty of time to prepare, get strong, sharpen up. But even if I'm not training for a fight, I'd still come in and train anyway, because professional boxing, nothing's really perfect. You might get called for a fight a week's notice. If you know you've got good notice for your fight, you're going to be training at least twice. I'll be training at least twice a day.
Sam explained that living in a rural location, as opposed to an urban city, can have its benefits in the weeks leading up to a fight.
Out there, I've got the best gym in the world. I've got the beach dunes to run up and down, which is really good for your legs. Shadow boxing in the sand, throwing boulders, running up cliffs. It's all balance, strength related core exercises for boxing. So this is the best gym. Like you see Amir Khan and guys like that now, shadow boxing in sand pits. It's good for the calf muscles. First thing to go in boxing is your legs. Your legs go. They start burning. When your legs go, you go.
But it's not all uppercuts and right hooks for Sam, as he frequently asks fellow trainees to throw on-block punches at him, with the intention of conditioning his body to prepare for life in the ring.
So things like this is the best way to train. You've got to think like a boxer when you're training. What's going to be happening in the ring? I'm going to be getting hit in the stomach. I want to learn to take them, and this is the best way. You can do sit-ups until you're blue in the face. That'll give you a good six-pack. It's not going to necessarily teach you to take body shots.
After a full morning's training, there was finally time for a rest and a chat about the two very different sports that have played such a big part of the surf coach's life.
I moved to Sennen Beach when I was about 11 or 12, and that's when I really got into surfing. I've been here now for about 20 years, 21 years, so it was natural for me to just surf all the time. I went in, after a sort of short professional surfing career as a pro junior, sort of doing the national events, I was also lifeguarding. I did 6 years lifeguarding on this beach here, which would fund me, to travel for the winter and surf all summer. So it's like a dream sort of lifestyle. And then when I got a little bit older, I sort of realised that I can't be a lifeguard all my life. And I was a good surfer, good people skills from the beach, very good beach knowledge, water safety. It was sort of organic thing to do really, was to start my own business. involved with the ocean and surfing, so I've become a surf instructor and started up Smart Surf School.
Sam admits teaching people to surf combines his passion with his career, and seeing students improve over a number of weeks is a rewarding feeling.
I love motivating people. I like it when you got someone turn out for a lesson with a school group or something and you can see they don't really want to do it. They're like the naughty kids, you know, and then suddenly you can transform. Surfing does that to people. It really does change their lifestyle and their outlook on life. It's such a, you know, it is a real, I'm not going to preach about it too much, but it's a really, really great sport. Yeah. And actually, the surfing and the boxing thing, they work hand in hand. You know, they both involve a lot of balance, a lot of upper body strength, coordination. So both the sports have really sort of complemented each other.
Sam's boxing career took off in his early 20s, but he believes he could have gone further if it wasn't for medical issues holding him back as a youngster.
They took me to the doctors and I had an abnormality with my chest, and the doctor said he wouldn't recommend it, and that was a confirmation then for them to say, no Sam, you're not boxing. But when I got to 21, 22, I started to get strong, and I always had a lot of fight in me, and I turned up at a boxing gym and said I want to fight. And they said, oh, you don't fight here, mate. They said you do that outside your nightclub.
A highly impressive fight record followed before a freak injury would put a premature end to a career that had huge potential.
I had 4 fights in a month and I won all of them by knockout. And then they thought, wow, you know, this, you know, you can go places with this boxing. It was something that was very natural to me, and I won my first 16 fights as an amateur. Then I got beat by a guy who's turned pro, a good pro now. I got beat in the national finals, and I had 25 amateur fights, and then I went professional, and then turned professional. I had 3 professional fights, won them all. I won 2 by knockout, and then had a very nasty injury on my knuckle, which I did hit the bottom of a bag, which is like cement, and it just shattered my metacarpal. So I've been out for a couple of years, but now I'm working on getting my fitness strength, sort of listening to my body, and then going to make a bit of a comeback.
The injury, however, hasn't damaged Sam's confidence.
There's a world champion out there now who I beat twice as an amateur, and I'm seeing him getting success now, and that really motivates me. You know, I can go smash him up tonight. You know, I'm very confident. But for me, it's not about. For me, it's just fun. It's a good thing in life to be able to do. Make the sacrifices, your food, your dieting, your time, your friends, and all these sacrifices for the best reward. You know, which is winning a boxing match or losing a boxing match. You don't have to win. You know, losing a fight sometimes you feel just as good because you finished it. You've completed something.
Cutting out unhealthy food is a big part of Sam's training, and he admits this is an element he can struggle with.
The diet side of things is a nightmare, and everyone will say it's a nightmare. I've tried to work around it a little bit. My dieting was based on just having a balanced diet, making sure, you know, your body's like a car. You can't run a car without fuel, water, oil, you know, and it's exactly the same with your body. As long as you're getting a good balanced diet and training hard. So
does Sam prefer the excitement of the boxing ring or the more relaxed environment of the ocean?
Good question. Like boxing or surfing, everyone says, oh, box surfing, you can be a pro surfer, or would you be a pro boxer? I don't know. Probably professional surfing, realistically, because you're not getting punched in the head. You're living a great lifestyle and being in the sun and traveling around the world, which is brilliant. But there's just something about boxing that's so different. It's so different. It's like something really unreal about it. When you walk into a fight, walking in, say, a professional fight, and there's hundreds of people in the arena, you're looking at them and you're thinking, this is so surreal. In a minute, I'm going to be in the ring, really trying to hurt someone, punch their head to render them unconscious. And he's going to be thinking the same thing about me. And there's people here come to watch it, laughing, enjoying. This is their idea of a good night out. And there's just something, your intelligence kicks in, and there's something there where you think, whoa, this just isn't quite right. But it's that feeling that makes you go back for more. Do you know what I mean? It's like a drug.
After lunch, it was time to swap the gloves for the board, as Sam hit the waves for an early afternoon session.
wasn't surfing great. I didn't have very good surf, but still fun. Sun's out, a few waves.
Well, as Sam heads home to dry off, that brings this week's A Day in the Life to an end. We hope you've enjoyed your time with us here on the Cornish coast. Thanks for watching.